Okay, so here we have the front caliper off of the bike. Before you take the caliper off the bike, before you disconnect the flex hose actually, just squeeze the pistons all the way out after you remove the brake pads. Make them a lot easier to get the pistons out when they're already most of the way out. Okay, so now with the caliper bracket removed, we can just take some pliers, pull on these pistons. Kind of hard to do while I'm holding the camera. You can see the piston comes right out. Try to be careful not to scratch it. Take the other one out. Came right out as well. And now it's time to clean up the pistons and the caliper. Okay, so what I've done is I just rinsed everything with hot water. It neutralizes the brake fluid really well. Gets most of the dirt out. Now you have to take a pick, and you have to pick the little O-rings inside the caliper out. Okay, now with the caliper O-rings removed, you can see there are two different thicknesses. The thicker one is the inboard one. It actually does the sealing of the fluid. And this outer one here, which is in really bad shape, is just a dust seal. But my kit comes with all of the O-rings and boots that I'm going to need. So now what I need to do is I just need to take some steel wool, clean the insides of the bores of the caliper, clean up all the dirt and crud on the outside of the caliper pistons, lube it up and reassemble it. Okay, now that everything's been disassembled and cleaned up, as you can see, my brake caliper is nice and clean inside. You want to make sure that the bore is really clean, especially right where the O-rings are going to have to seat. They have to sit nice and flat against the walls. You may have to be a little bit more aggressive. Use a wire brush on a drill. Make sure you use a soft brass wire brush though. Now next step is to lubricate everything with a silicone compound. It's very important you use silicone because all brake parts are natural rubber and they'll swell with the regular grease. Okay, now I've got all of my my pistons back in, my slider bushing back in. What I got to do now is prepare these brake pads to go in, and what I do is I just take some regular old black silicone and put it on the surfaces where the caliper's going to meet, where the pad is going to meet the pistons, and where it's going to meet the surface of the caliper. This will take care of a lot of the brake squeak associated with motorcycle brakes. Okay, so here we are. We're bolted back on the bike now. The only thing left to do is open the bleeder screw, put fluid up into my reservoir, and bleed it out. And I have to remember to put the rubber cap back on the bleeder screw. I'll keep the dirt out of there, keep it from seizing in. Just got the other side to do, and I'm all set.